Hello, it's Kelly Jacobs, and I'm creating a little video for volunteers on what you can do to help collect signatures for the Mississippi Early Voting Initiative number 78, which we call MEVI 78. So if you know that you're going to be going to an event like the farmer's market, you can set up something simple like this, which is an ironing board with just a cloth thrown over it, and something to catch people's eyes. You don't have to. You can just have a flat out ironing board if you want. You must have copies of the petition. It's better for you if the petitions are on a clipboard so that the wind doesn't blow them away. It's better for you if you have multiple clipboards, so if that more than one person walks up while you're talking to somebody, somebody else can sign your petition. I like to have something on the back of my clipboard so that if I don't want to set up an ironing board, I can just walk around with one clipboard and hold up the sign and encourage people to hail me if they want to sign the voting initiative petition. You need to know that only one petition can be used for one county. So if Lee County signs your petition, then Lee County all the way down. If DeSoto County signs your petition, DeSoto County all the way down, to try and prevent mingling of different counties. You should have extra pages of the petition so that you can just hand them to people and they can take it with them and mail them. You should have voter registration forms. Every ballot initiative in Mississippi is accompanied by a strong voter registration drive. So you need to have voter registration forms, and these are really good from the Secretary of State. They're on cardstock, and on the back side is the list of all of the county circuit clerks' mailing addresses, which is helpful when you need to mail the completed petition to a clerk for certification. It's good to have a sign if you are set up with an ironing board so people know what you are doing. I like these styrofoam boards because I can lean them up against my ironing board, I can stick them in my chair, and I can easily hold them up so that cars that are going by can see what I'm doing here. Please sign. You see? And so you can have people stopping or just seeing what you're doing, and then they'll Google you. So this is what a volunteer can do very easily. And it's easy to also clean up and put back in your car. Make sure that you have permission. Make sure that you have permission to collect signatures wherever you set up. For example, this is county property, and I have permission to do voter registration here and collect signatures. As a matter of fact, the DeSoto County Circuit Clerk is one of the first elected officials to sign our early voting ballot initiative. She supports early voting for Mississippi voters. But if I go across the street, that is city property, and I do not have permission to be on city property that I know of. So go someplace where you know you have permission to set up. I like to have these wires to hold up my signs if I can't hold them up, and sometimes I will use them to, if it's very windy, to hold down the ironing board because sometimes people lean on the ironing board and it might tip over. So those are some quick tips for volunteers. Have petitions, have voter registration forms. Know your petition. Know that you don't have to fill out the congressional district. You don't have to fill out the precinct. Be sure to check it after someone signs. You don't have to read their cursive signature, but you must be able to read their street address and their printed name. If you can't read this, neither can the clerk. And if the clerk can't read it, it won't count. So make sure before they leave that you check it out so that you can read it. So there you go. Thank you very much for volunteering. We all want 10 days of early voting in Mississippi. It's a convenience to be able to vote on a day that is not Tuesday without lying to the clerk and saying that I'm going to be out of town, because most Mississippi voters don't qualify for absentee voting because they're not old enough. So thank you everybody for volunteering, and be sure to sign the Mississippi Early Voting Initiative petition.